This is Mr. and what I have for you today is an attack on this base and an example of what not to do in war. This is a common base that you see in war everywhere. Let's have a look at how this was taken out with a Lalo style attack. Now this clan had two of these bases in the war, and this exemplifies why you don't do such a thing, and both of these attacks will be shown in this video. So a couple of loons down to take those outside archers. Ice Golem down on that archer with some funneling wizards. So we've got a pretty good idea that we're going to at least get the ram in on through these expos and into the eagle to take the eagle out. At least that's what it looks like we'd be doing in this case. A couple balloons down onto this archer tower as well. Now, of course, if you drop the king here, or basically anywhere from draw that line up like that, if the king was dropped over here, he would have gone to the gold storage instead of the expo. So that always keeping that in mind, in mental mind. They'll draw the perpendicular lines between a couple of things. Now look, the king has left the building and gone to the outside, but it's okay. The queen's on the inside. She's going to take out the E-Drag and the loon, and the CC troops, Valks, have pummeled through the wall, taken out the eagle. Queen's going to take out the E-Drag, and basically, as per normal, take out one quadrant of the base. 25%, almost exactly as well anyway, 25% of the base plus one quadrant, and now come in with the loon part of the attack. Lava Hound onto that first air defense, other loons coming in, Grand Warden's ability coming slightly into that sweeper, kind of shouldn't really be getting that sweeper. Queen's going to take out the enemy king, defending king, second Lava Hound coming in, now ready to fly onto that nearby air defense. 3 haste spells and a freeze up the sleeve. Grand Warden's ability as well. Onto the wizard expo area. Second hound has popped now, and the queen has taken out the other air defense. So keep this in mind on the pathing. So there are no weapons on the outside here, and the king's gotten all the way to the bottom. Now remember, the king went for a little bit of a walk, and that's going to be important, and that'll come to play a part in the second attack, which is what you'll see in terms of pathing and what the heroes do when they do certain things and how that relates to the rest of the attack. So as you saw, king and queen in, king went for a walk and he pathed around the outside down here and he perished down the bottom, and then the queen was able to take out this other air defense as well. So that's the first attack. Let's have a look at the next one. Alright, on this base you'll see that the base is pretty well identical, and I'm just having a quick look to see if it looks non-maxed. It looks pretty maxed to me. The walls certainly aren't, but as far as defensive wise it looks pretty maxed to me. Same troop combos. Well, let's dive in. It's going to be the almost identical attack, and this is why we're having a look at the time on it. 2 minutes 58 from the first troop drop, so it was almost a time fail. And you'll see why as we get in. So just like the first attack, we've got the loons at the top to take out the archers. We've got the ice golem down the bottom. However, instead of the ice golem being placed on the archer tower, it was placed a little bit north onto the mortar, and now these loons are going to come down. We've had a slight different use of the wizards to make sure this goes down first. That's down. This is going to go down shortly. Now, again, we've had to use a baby dragon because if you drop the king or that line, I'll just pause it. Just remember, you draw a perpendicular line in your head between the two items, a line between the two heads, come midway and then go perpendicular out this way. If you drop on the left of that line, then the king would path to this, assuming this was gone. And if you dropped on the right of that line, the king would path to the next closest thing. Now, if that was this, in case of you draw a line between that and this, or that and that perpendicular line there, you can see the king dropped here will go to that one instead. So there's a little bit to dropping troops. You've seen me talk about that before, but anyway, so once that goes down, that's down. King's got nowhere else to go now. This is the closest thing. He does come in. So if you're just new to funneling sort of a thing, this is why you do that sort. Now, he hasn't gone on the outside. He's decided this is now the closest avenue and not the outside, which means we don't have a king to get through these weapons on the outside. So, as per usual, or as per previous, the queen is taking out some things here. We've had the rage in the middle. Well, the rage is about to pop now. The siege machine is still going in this case. Enemy queen's gone down because remember the king went in and now the Valkyries have taken out this wizard tower. So there's a few different things have gone out here. 32% of the base down before the attack commences. Air sweepers down, but this queen will not take out the air defense. So due to that slightly different pathing of the king, the queen has been able to, or has resulted in the attacking queen sustaining much more damage than the first attack showed, needing the troops to deal with 3 air defenses instead of 2 essentially. And then of course we're going to have the whirlybird at the bottom, or the tornado trap as it's officially known. Plenty of troops left up at the moment. We've still got 1 haste and a freeze, Grand Warden's ability plus 2 loons. So loons on this cannon, because obviously anything here would then want to path to that cannon. So we want it all to path to the heavy DPS area. Get the freeze on it onto the Inferno Tesla Storm, Tesla area. Get the Warden's ability, save the Warden's ability, great use of the Warden's ability, but now there are no more haste spells, and yet there's a wizard tower to deal with, and of course balloons are notoriously slow. However, they do have the Warden's ability with them, and they still need to do a little bit of cleanup, but there's plenty of minions and pups just slowly coming along. Wizard will help take out that wizard tower, or the Grand Warden. The Grand Warden's ditched the balloons, and he's now over to the minions instead because there's a larger clump of them, and now it's just a game of who can get through the trash the quickest. Do the minions get through, or does the clock tick down? And you saw that it was a 3-star anyway. So that is showing the slight difference of what can happen when a hero decides to do one thing instead of another, in which case, instead of pathing around the outside and taking out that weapon and the trash, that hero stayed on the inside. That meant the queen was not able to survive and take out that air defense. So the troops had to take out the air defense. Nevertheless, same troop combination, overall same deployment, very careful use of the funneling to make sure that the king actually went into the base, and also that the queen went into the base. In any case, the lesson to take away is don't use 2 bases in war, because once you're 3-star one, you've 3-starred the other. So in all of your war attacks, if you're a new clan coming up, what I suggest is someone go through and check everyone's war base to make sure that you are not accidentally using the same war base. And certainly don't do it on purpose. And this is why, because you give away a base. Once people know how to 3-star one base, they automatically get the 3-star on the other. In any case, that is all I've got for today's video. If you have any questions or comments about this, please leave them down below. If you enjoy this sort of content, you want to see more, please subscribe to the channel and share it with your clanmates as well to help them get better at Clash of Clans. And as always, thanks for watching.